Knicks in H-Town, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. You had a hot start, an aggressive start by Julius and Fournier, who would also be the reason why the Rockets got back into this game. Knicks take a 2-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But shout out to Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly for shutting the door on a pesky Rockets team. Knicks win 116-103. We saw some positives tonight, and I'm going to start off with number one, Deuce McBride. The Deuce was loose tonight in H-Town. 15 points, 9 assists, 0 turnovers, 4 steals. McBride must have accounted for at least 8 Rockets turnovers with his on-ball pressure, picking up from full court, jumping into passing lanes, just making the Rockets uncomfortable all night. Shout out to Deuce McBride for being ready when his number was called. No Derrick Rose to start the second half. Derrick Rose leaves the game with an ankle injury, and Deuce McBride played the whole second. You know, Tibbs, if he has to play you, he's gonna play you, JD.
But the story of the night is Deuce McBride. CP, we talk about him potentially being a future, point guard, whether it's starting or heavy rotational player. In the last 2 games, he's played 56 minutes, 0 turnovers. And the second thing with him is the ability to knock down the three
Pull-ups
in the NBA. Contested threes. We said this during the summer league when he was red hot. It's like, can he take the next step,
Fearless.
Translate this now to the preseason and then into the NBA? Because once you're able to do that, then you're talking about a player that gives Tibbs 2 things that he wants: the ability to make the 3-point shot and the ability to play defense, elite level defense.
Yeah. Very impressive. But for me, it's his basketball IQ. I think for me, it's not only his ability to help the offense, but the defense. And he does so for all quarters of the game. He's impactful for all 4 quarters. And that's what we've been talking about, not playing 3 quarters of basketball, not playing 2 quarters of basketball, but having your foot on the gas for all 4 quarters. And that's what he did. He was nonstop. Yeah. He was relentless. He put his teammates in a position to win. No turnovers, which is so impressive.
As a point guard.
As hell. Yeah, smart as hell with the ball. His IQ is just way beyond his years. And I mean, look, if this doesn't go ahead and showcase Tibbs that you have a lot more talent than you've been utilizing, 63 points from the bench. Yeah. Outscored your starters. Although Evan Fournier and Julius Randle were both impactful in their own way.
Yeah, they had their moments.
Yeah, much better game from Evan Fournier. You have a lot more talent than you've been utilizing, Tibbs. And if that 63 points off from the bench tonight did not showcase that to you in the absence of some of your players because of COVID protocols and things like that, if that doesn't give him, the inspiration to start being more creative with his lineups, I don't know what will.
We're going to remember this game when the Knicks turn around their season. Miles McBride saved the season. He needs to start for the New York Knicks. Manuel Quickly can play off the ball, come off the bench. MJ Burks can now come off the bench. Mm-hmm. As much as I love Mr. MJ, he needs to be on the bench and play off the ball and play in his role.
You're right.
Derrick Rose can ball out with the second unit. He doesn't have to play the defense, the ball pressure. I don't need Derrick Rose to do that at his age. I'll need Derrick Rose in crunch time situations at times, but no. Deuce McBride needs to start for the New York Knicks. It's time. He's the only one that can give me the pressure, and he actually got Mitchell Robinson involved in a basketball game. If Miles McBride is not starting, and COVID may force this, but if he's not starting for this basketball team, then I'm done with Tom Thibodeau. And Tom Thibodeau's my guy. Okay, I defend him like crazy. But Miles McBride, you cannot tell me, guess it was just the Rockets, but you saw the last game with the Warriors. Yep. You cannot tell me as a fan.
Needs minutes, man.
You know when you have it. He has it.
I'm not really impressed about beating the Rockets. A win is a win. You want to get in the win column. I was more invested on, how many minutes McBride was going to get.
Yeah.
And how was Fournier going to look, because obviously he's been terrible the last couple of games. And we should not go another game this season without playing Grimes, without playing McBride, and giving Kevin Knox some minutes. Because honestly, what they bring to the table, they're bringing hustle, they're playing hard, and they're going after it. And, you know, they're making people work to get their shots, and that's what you want to see from the young guys. And if we can just give them some minutes, I think that'll definitely benefit this team long term. But, you know, like I said, we're going to have to see. And I'm happy we won, but honestly, you know, realistically, you know, it's the Houston Rockets. You know, we were better than this team. So now we're going on to Boston, and you know, we got Washington coming up in Detroit, because I honestly have them going 2-2.
That is it. Once again, go to prizepicks.com, promo code KFTV for a 100% match on your deposit of up to $100. And Ask JD, we out of here, man.